Good evening, everyone. My name is Dorothy Chebet-Rob. I'm a student at the John Wesley Theological College, second year student in environmental science, bachelor's degree. I would like to wish all of you a happy Earth Day as we are celebrating this day to see how we can renew the earth to become nearly to its natural form. Happy Earth Day to all of you. So I'm here today presenting Zero Waste Lifestyle, especially the tips for reducing plastic waste in our planet so that we can have a cleaner planet in the future. Yes, next. So we have several reasons as to why we reduce plastic waste. We need to reduce plastic waste in our planet. And all of us have a reason, one or two. And majorly, we normally study in class as environmental scientists, students of environmental science classes. We normally study mostly in waste management. And this time we're looking into reducing plastic waste in our planet. So why do we need to reduce this plastic waste? We have a lot of reasons as to why we need to reduce plastic waste in our planet. First, we need to protect our marine life from plastic pollution, which are the most affected. The marine life is the most affected when it comes to plastic waste pollution, because most of the people in our planet dump their waste into the marine world. So another reason why we need to reduce plastic waste is it reduces landfill waste and pollution, which saves the soil, it saves the water underground and the water that we consume in our daily activities. Also, another reason is lower carbon footprint from plastic production and disposal. It helps us to lower the carbon footprint as we also plant more trees to absorb the carbon, and also if we have plastic waste covering the soil, that means the soil cannot penetrate, the oxygen cannot penetrate into the soil. First of all, we have poor soil content, and the next thing that happens from poor soil is that we have poor plants, growth of plants, and that will affect also the water retaining in the soil and other water also that we use on a daily basis. Some plastic waste majorly carry chemicals, chemical remains. It carries a lot of chemical content. The plastic itself is a dangerous chemical that doesn't decay so easily. So we have a lot of reasons as to why we need to reduce plastic waste, and I narrowed down into these 3 points. So let's look into our first tip for reducing plastic waste in our planet, which is in our next screen. So we carry reusables. Tip 1 is to carry reusables. Most of us, we are aware of, for example, the water bottles, the bags that we can carry to the shops. Majorly, in the past years, we've been using single-use plastics. We go to the shop, we buy, we come and throw it anyhowly. It ends up in the environment and destroying the soil, destroying the plants and the animals as well. So majorly, let us carry reusables so that we can be able to contain the number of plastic waste that we are producing and dumping into the environment, and also we can be able to have a proper management ways of managing plastic waste that are being dumped into the environment. Reusables such as water bottles, coffee cups, and shopping bags. These are the things that we need to. For example, when we go to the shop here in Hungary, I see people carrying plastic bags for themselves, or maybe other bags that they go and buy goods with. Those are good ways to go into a sustainable future, into reducing waste in the environment, because all the time, if you go all the time buy another plastic, it ends up accumulating, and the environment is the end product that will suffer from all this. So let us choose stainless steels or glass containers over plastics, because the stainless steels can be reused severally. The plastics, the glass can also be reused, can be washed and reused severally also. So let us try and carry reusables anytime we buy our daily things that we need in our households, in schools, in workplaces, everywhere. Let's go to tip number 2. Let us avoid single-use plastics, like I mentioned earlier. Majorly, like buying water every time you go out. That's a perfect example. You don't have to go out every time, every day. When you're going out, you just go because you know there's water in the supermarket. You just go and buy, drink, and then dump the bottle. That is not a sustainable way. And as environmentalists and people who want to save our planet, that is not a sustainable way that we can save our planet from plastic. If you keep buying them and dumping them into the environment is what will suffer, because we also have to produce more to cater for the rising population. So it is advisable that we carry plastics. We carry bottles, water bottles. Buy your own water bottle. Carry every time, whenever you want to go. You just have to refill the bottle and continue using it until it is no longer of good use anymore, so that you can take it to a recycling plant or maybe accumulate it, and then they will take it as a community to a recycling plant or maybe reuse and others. Also, it is also advisable to use wooden or metal alternatives instead of using plastics, which takes time to decay or decompose in the soil or in the environment. We can use wooden materials which easily decay and have value to the soil when it decomposes. We can also use metal products, which takes longer before we dump them into the environment. We can reuse them severally before we dump them into the environment. Let's go to the next tip number 3, which is buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. I had someone talking about shopping habits. These are the things that we need to consider when we are looking into our shopping habits. You don't have, for example, if you are using 5 kg of rice per month, you don't have to go buying 1 kg every week, 1 kg every week. No, you can choose to buy 5 kg in one bag intact, so that you can be able to use it the entire month. Or you can also choose to buy in a bigger bag so that you can be able to use it longer and also be able to reduce the amount of plastic bags you're dumping into the environment. Because if you buy 1 kg, it all comes with plastic bags, which are not good for the environment, as we have mentioned about plastic bags affecting the soil, affecting the plants, affecting the animals, and also affecting us as human beings in the environment. Bring your own containers for bulk. When you go to the stores, ensure, or maybe make it a habit of taking your own containers to go and buy something from the shop. Make it a habit of taking your own bag. Reuse one bag for a long time until it is not serving the purpose anymore before you dump it, or maybe take it to a recycling plant. It is advisable that you keep them in one safe place. Take them anytime you are going shopping. Take them, or buy in bulk. Buy a lot of goods so that you can be able to avoid using a lot of plastic bags that comes with small goods that you buy from the shop. Tip number 4. So let's choose sustainable alternatives always. Sustainable alternatives mean we are using things that are easily recyclable, easily decomposable in the environment, things that can decay easily when dumped into the environment accidentally, or maybe in the landfills. Let us try as much as possible to use things that are sustainable enough. Things that if you dump like wooden products, if you dump into the environment, it helps. It decays so easily compared to the plastic bags, which takes time to decay in the environment. So I would suggest that we use wooden products in trying to save the planet as a sustainable way of buying products from the market. Use wooden toothbrush. Let us use beeswax wraps, because this beeswax wraps, especially when you wrap your products, it is still safe, but it is a one-time use, and you can still it decays so easily when it lands itself in a landfill or maybe in a water body. It decays after some time. It's not like plastic that will take forever to decay, or doesn't even decay at the end of it all. So I would prefer that we choose sustainable alternatives. Of course, someone would ask about the wooden products, about sustainability in using wooden products. Yes. consuming wooden products in a sustainable way is a way of helping out the planet, saving our planet, not just taking them from the environment, and not, like, for example, if we cut down trees, you have to cut down trees after planting other trees that are already planting other trees and ensuring that they are surviving in the environment. That is a sustainable way of growing trees in our environment, whereby we can also come and use it when we harvest, to use to maybe make the toothbrushes, to make other things that we use in our homes daily. So we ensure that the ones that are in the nature are already growing. So that is a sustainable way of ensuring that we keep them, we keep collecting, we keep harvesting them. At the same time, we keep producing them, and we keep growing them so that they can be able to sustain the future generation. Tip number 5: recycle properly. Sorry. So we have ways of recycling products, especially here in Hungary. I took an example of here in Hungary, especially Budapest. We have several bins that indicates that this is where you put plastics, this is where you put food products, this is where you put non-recyclable products like the plastic now and the metallic products. Hungary is a perfect example of trying to reduce waste that we dump into the environment, because in most cases you find that they recycle the products. We have the 50 forint that if you buy a bottle of water, or maybe a bottle of beer, a bottle of wine, a bottle of anything, after you use the water, you can take back the bottle for 50 forints. That is generating money, and that is encouraging the members in a community to have a sustainable way of generating waste into the environment. That is recycling the products easily. It can help to recycle the products easily and encourage also the community also to taking back, because you're going to get something. For example, in the previous years, if there was not this 50 forint take back, people used to dump the bottles anyhow. People used to dump plastic bags anyhow, because it has it has already served the purpose. It has no use anymore. But as for now, people are very careful. Even someone will tell you, this is my bottle, because they know this is money in it. So this is also a sustainable way of trying to reduce waste in the environment, recycling the products. And recycling comes with different ways. It is very hard to recycle municipal products because they are mixed up in. We have a lot of every kind of waste inside it. We have food products, we have plastic products, we have metal products in it, we have chemicals in it. So it is hard to really recycle municipal waste. But this way of coming up with different bins marked with different colors and different labeled properly, this helps in recycling, because if you can see properly that this is a waste, this is a bin for bottles, plastic bottles or plastic bags. If you put it there, when it comes to recycling, it is easy because it is clean. First, it is clean. Secondly, it doesn't have any products that it is clearly indicated that this was water, this was milk, and so it doesn't have any product that will bring mix up and bring in more expenses, maybe in cleaning and other things. So it is good to recycle properly the products so that we can be able to reduce waste that are going into the environment. As of 1st of January 2024, here in Hungary, is when they came up with this law of returning the bottles and for 50 forints. This encourages people, and it also educates in a way that if we recycle products, we don't have much going into the environment. We don't have much going into our water bodies. We don't have much going into the landfills and other places that people do dump their waste products. So this helps reduce. It has really helped. Because I've been here since 2024 January until now, I've seen a cleaner environment. We are coming up with a cleaner environment. We don't have bottles everywhere, because if you happen to put a bottle or maybe leave a bottle somewhere or forget it, someone will come and pick it because it is money. So it helps to clean the environment as well. The 50 forint helps to clean the environment as well. The next one, compost biodegradable items. Composting majorly happens, it is really hard to compost in big cities, especially like in Budapest. It is not easy to compost. But I am happy also to have read that here in Hungary, there are some communities that have come up with like compost pit, community compost pit that people will go and dump products like food products, things that are easily biodegradable, so that it can be composted. So composting biodegradable items like compost food scraps, scraps and biodegradable plastics. Biodegradable plastics are like maybe the place that we use majorly in some places like, let me take an example of KFC. We have plates in KFC that are it is one use, but they are easily compostable. They can biodegrade easily. Those are the kind of products that we are advocating for a better planet in future. So composting products like food, also maybe in your backyard, back home, you can take you can dig a small hole and make a small compost, or you can also use plastics. We have also plastics that are plastic containers or maybe plastic bags also that are used for composting products. So in this way, if we educate the community, if we educate the public about this, and they welcome it in a good way, we are going to reduce plastic waste that are going into the environment. Also reduce landfill waste by composting at home. Those are the things that we plan. I also read somewhere that in Hungary, in some villages, they have a compost pit where the community will dump there and it will compost, and later on it helps to renew the soil. It is nutrient rich. It helps to renew the nutrients in the soil. So it is also used as a fertilizer for organic products in the fields. So composting is a good way. You can also, we also visited a wastewater plant like 2 weeks ago, and we learned that every single waste is put into use. There's nothing that is taken in for landfill. Everything is put into the use. They also generate biogas. Biogas can be generated from from the compost. They generate. They have a lot of things that from the sand, the biogas, the water, taking it back to the environment when it is safer. So these are the things that we should be advocating so that we can reduce plastic waste going into the environment as well. Next. Tip number 7 is support eco-friendly brands. Eco-friendly brands are brands that are easily biodegradable, use packages that are easily biodegradable. For example, I can take example of IKEA here in Hungary. In Europe, IKEA produces majorly products, bags that are easily biodegradable. So these are if we look into these eco-friendly brands, if you look into the picture, I put like several eco-friendly brands, like eco-friendly. If you go to the market and see, just let us have a practice of taking a product, reading through it. If it has the eco-friendly brand, eco-friendly mark, that means it can be biodegradable easily. It can decay easily. It is not purely plastic. So those are the brands that we should be going for. Let us support businesses, local businesses that produce packaging, minimizes plastic packaging. For example, I said IKEA. Sustainable products and look for eco labels. Eco labels like such as the ones that I have put on the screen, the eco-friendly labels. These are the things that we should be looking at when shopping. The habits of the shopping habits. I had someone mention about their shopping habits. When you go for your shopping, if you are addicted to shopping, or maybe in your free time you like to shop, majorly try and save the environment as well. See the eco labels in the products that you buy. Buy less plastic products and the products that are eco-friendly, so that we can save our planet in the near future for the next generation. Next slide. So I generalized the importance of having a zero waste lifestyle. all of you have one reason or another of adapting this zero waste lifestyle. So I have 6 points where it protects the environment. We have studied that we have landfills that go into the land. We have plastic going to our water bodies, the marine life, affecting the marine life, killing the turtles, just affecting generally the marine ecosystem. Plastics are not good for the ecosystem. They block the oxygen from going the water. Some animals, some marine animals entangle themselves also with the plastics. So it is not good for the animals. It is not good for creatures living in water, and it is also not good for us living in land, and also for the trees that are growing, for the plants growing on the surface of the water. So it protects the environment. By minimizing pollutions in the oceans, landfills, and also other ecosystems. Secondly, it reduces resource consumption. The 4 R's: reusing, recycles. It helps in creating mindful consumptions, which helps in reducing. It helps you to strain yourself less while using the resources that you have. If, for example, if you are going to buy with your own bag, or you are buying in bulk, you don't have to go every time, and you will also reduce the amount of waste that you are generating from your household. So this helps reduce resources consumption also. It saves money. Like I've said, if you buy one plastic and use it for 3 months, you don't have to buy every day. It saves your money. If you buy in bulk, it also saves your money, that you don't have to be going every day, because every package has its own cost, additional cost. Every package has its own additional cost. If the rice is 500, additional cost for the plastic bag or the packaging is always there. It's always inside. So if you buy in bulk, that means you have reduced, or you have saved the money that you're supposed to be buying every now and then. Also promotes mindful living. It creates discipline from yourself. Discipline starts from you, from your own household, as we move outside. You cannot come and educate people outside that you want us to reduce waste, you want them to reduce waste, this is how you're supposed to reduce waste. But when it comes to yourself, you're not having that discipline of reducing waste. But if you have the discipline, even yourself, like for me, I cannot taking a packet of sweet and then throwing the package into the floor. I feel very bad. I'm so disciplined when it comes to that. I always put it in my pocket until I get home. And even when I see someone throwing it into the environment, it really hurts me. I just find myself like I'm going to pick it. So that is the kind of discipline that promoting zero waste lifestyle brings to us. It promotes mindful living. You don't have to hurt anyone. You don't have to feel hurt, and that is how we're going to do it, hopefully in the near future. It also supports circular economy. Circular economy moving. As you buy the products, you take the bottles for recycling or maybe reusing. That is it promotes a circular economy. If you take back the bottle, you get your money back. It keeps promoting this, supporting the circular economy in us, and that helps in promoting our planet, a cleaner planet in our near future. Reduces carbon footprints. Less production, fewer emissions, healthier planet. We know that the algorithm: less production, fewer emissions. If we are producing less, we have fewer emissions, and we have safe environment. We don't have more greenhouse gases being generated. We have a cleaner air. We have clean trees. The trees are growing up in a cleaner way. They have good oxygen. We also have good oxygen. We avoid respiratory diseases. We avoid a lot of issues that come up with this emission of chemicals into the environment. That helps that can only be achieved through less production of plastics in our environment. If we take heed of these tips that I've mentioned, and we are self-disciplined, it will help us to produce less plastic products in them, and which will help in fewer emission and That means we can only live in a healthy environment. When we have fewer production, we have good air in the environment, we have the soil is in a good condition, the water is also in good condition, we have saved the marine life, we have saved the plants, we have saved the human life. That is the only way to go in the near future. In my conclusion, I personally think that adopting this zero waste is a powerful step. It helps us towards protecting the environment in the near future, now and in the near future. It helps us by reducing waste, it helps us to reduce pollution in the soil, it helps us to reduce pollution in the water. It only means that we can have clean water, we can have cleaner, we can breathe in clean air, we can have a good soil, we plant good products, and we consume products that are healthy enough for our bodies. So by adopting this zero waste lifestyle, we can go far. We can save our generation, our future generations. We can save our now generation and save the planet as well. Like reducing plastic, composting biodegradable waste help us to generate organic fertilizers. And by generating organic fertilizers, we use it in the farms and get organic food, which is more healthier compared to other type of food that are being produced in the farms. And also, if we support these eco-friendly brands, we do not only minimize our ecological footprints, but also inspire others to do the same. It starts with you. If someone sees that you are disciplined enough when it comes to protecting the environment, you don't have to tell people all the time that this is what you need to do, or don't throw the package of sweet in the environment. Like, for example, one day I picked a packet of sweet that someone threw into the street. I picked, and she turned back and told me, "Oh, Ray, I'm very sorry. I didn't even realize when I was throwing it." She felt guilty. So this is self-discipline. Discipline starts with you, and people will learn from your own discipline. If we start reducing the waste, if we start putting them in the right places, the right places for easy reusing, for easy management, for easy recycling, that will help us to create a good environment and living with other people in harmoniously. If we start by ourselves, it starts with you, it starts with your household, it starts with your neighbors, and then we move to other people. So if you are disciplined enough, we can, all me and you, we can be able to save our planet from this plastic waste. We can be able to save the water, save the marine life. We can be able to save the plant life, the ecosystem, and other things that depend on a cleaner environment. We all depend on a cleaner environment. The plants, the animals, us, we depend on a clean environment. And when we're in a clean environment, we have less diseases, we have less, we live a healthier life, and that will help us to come up with living longer, even living healthier as well. So I support the zero waste lifestyle. I support reducing waste in the environment, not just plastic waste, but other waste that are more affects the environment majorly. So in the next slide, those are some of my references that I used to get this to create the slides. And then thank you for your attention. And if there's any question, I'm here. Thank you so much for the privilege.
Thank you very much for